Greetings and blessings, dear friends in the spirit. 111 is Eddie Louisi. How are you? How was your week? I hope it was good. I hope you had at least one good day. Hopefully maybe two or three. Today's talk I'm calling Just Breathe, ... and be blessed. And this is season 2, episode 16, recorded on 4/17. So why did I pick Just Breathe? Well, I'm going to tell you. My dear friend Keisha, who's also a fellow stage manager, Good Morning America, she's very spiritual, religious, and she sends out daily posts on Facebook. And they're beautiful. Thank you, Keisha. And one of them she sent out was Just Breathe. So this is what it says. You are strong enough to handle your challenges, wise enough to find a solution to your problems, and capable enough to do whatever needs to be done. I'm going to read something from dailyword.com, and then I'm going to show you something else about breathe and why I chose this for the talk. Healing. The healing energy of God renews me. Wholeness is my true nature as a child of God. Each time I connect consciously to spirit within, I discover this truth and I am renewed with an influx of divine healing energy. When I still my body and mind and bring my attention to my divinity, I become more receptive to the presence of God within me. Like flipping a light switch to let the electricity flow, my peaceful mind invites the light of God to rush into me and fill my entire being. I imagine this healing light flooding every cell in my body and every corner of my mind. In this state of oneness, I open myself to the healing energy of God. I am grateful for this healing, a blessing, and the return to wholeness. And from Isaiah 58:8, then your light shall break forth like the dawn, and your healing shall spring up quickly. So my daughter Liv Louisi, she graduated Emerson College, and God bless, she got a job at the Kelly Clarkson Show. I'm very proud of you. Love you, honey. But prior to that, she had an internship with this guy. I'm going to show a picture. Jason Baldoni, I think. If I got it wrong, yeah. Oh, not Jason, Justin. Justin Baldoni. And he wrote something. He does Facebook of little videos, 2-minute videos. And the same day I got Keisha's Just Breathe, I got his. And it said, let's be quiet for a moment together. And he's out in a field of beautiful yellow flowers. And then it said, let's breathe together. So I said, okay, God, I got something from Keisha, got something from Justin, let's breathe. So I printed those out, I saved them. And yeah, a lot of times when life isn't going right and something crazy is happening, there's a storm around you, just stop and breathe, right? Just breathe and try to relax and try to be that calm, that peace in the middle of the storm. And be blessed. Watch how the blessings flow when you're a little calmer, right? I am going to read this from Daily Practice, Sacred Reading, and Meditation. It is far too easy to discourage, all too easy to criticize, complain, to rebuke. Let us try instead to see even a small amount of good in a person and concentrate on that. Let us be quicker to praise than to find fault. Let us be quicker to thank others than to complain. Anybody know who said that? There's a quote. Desmond Tutu. I always thought it was Tootie, but it says Tutu. Maybe it's pronounced Tootie, I don't know. So, you know, this is on a podcast, right? It's also on YouTube. and it's on QVision and soon to be on Star Vision TV also. Thank you, Ragnay and Angie. So God is good, and this ministry is growing. And if you have any other outlets that this ministry could be on, let me know. I am open to suggestions. But I listen to many different podcasts, right? I listen to some news stuff, so I catch up on the news, and then a lot of different spiritual stuff. And the other day before my walk at the Marian Shrine, I went on my podcast app, and I subscribed to maybe 6, 7, 8 different podcasts. And I was walking through the Marian Shrine. I was listening to a few, each at a time. And some of them I wasn't loving. But I found Tara Brach, Brach. And she's a spiritual type person. And she's part of Sounds True, which is an organization that's been around for over 30 years. And they have websites and podcasts and videos and all that sort of stuff. And I found her, and the very first thing that I listened to, it was called Radical Self-Honesty, The Joy of Getting Real. And they have a little description. Our suffering arises from the unseen, unfelt, resisted parts of our psyche. This talk explores ways we can deepen self-honesty and reconnect to a wholeness of being that enables us to live with spontaneity, confidence, wisdom, and love. A favorite from the archives. And then she said, a quote from Elizabeth Lesser from the talk. And this is what really I love. My prayer to God every day, remove the veils so I might see what is really happening here, and not be intoxicated by my stories and my fears. Just breathe, right? Remove the veils. Open your eyes to your heart. See with different eyes. Be open, non-judgmental. Try to see the good in others. So I thought that was good. So if you want to check out her podcast, it's Tara Brach, Brach. From Neil Donald Walsh. And I wonder how the audio is today, because I got different settings on the mic. And then if I could figure it out, Liv's boyfriend, Jack, was here last week, and he helped me to do some EQ with the sound. So I'm going to try. I'm just a 61-year-old stage manager that's trying to work with this technology. On this day of your life, I believe God wants you to know that remorse is regret that one waited so long to do it. H.L. Mencken said that, and he was right. Do not do not put off until tomorrow what you can do today. And do not think that there is anything that you really want to do that you cannot do today. There is no reason to wait, none, save the reasons that your mind gives you, none of which are valid, all of which are just making up. Quit it. Stop it. Stop the stopping. Start the starting. Really. I mean really. Because you know what? Days turn into weeks. Weeks turn into months. Months turn into years so fast that you will not know what happened. But you will know what did not happen. And you will feel true remorse. So let's avoid that, shall we? Get going, go for it. Love, your friend, Neil Donald Walsh. Just breathe. Just breathe. You know what your dreams, desires, passions are. And if you're not doing them, I am offering you the invitation to start now, today. And if it's just a little bit at a time, that's cool. I'm doing these podcasts and videos, and I'm sending out emails and making connections, doing my divine appointment type stuff. But I also want to do music. Look at this nice, beautiful guitar I have. And over here I have recording equipment. But I'm slowly using. I have a nice mic and a nice preamp, so I'm starting to learn the technology, and I'm doing these videos. But eventually, I'm going to do music because that's in my heart and in my passion also, right? And it's okay to have several passions and several desires, but sometimes you just have to stop and breathe, and then do it, and just do it, and do it a little bit at a time. You know, if you can do an hour a day, every single day, great. If you could do an hour a day, every other day, great. If all you could do is a half hour or maybe 10 minutes, that's fine. If you're a writer, get out your notepad, get out your laptop, and just write a little bit a day. Because at the end of the week, you'll see you have pretty much a lot, right? Okay, so just breathe and be blessed. Okay, so a dear friend of mine and some of yours, Rob Simmons. Hey, Rob, how are you? He's probably not watching this because Rob right now is in California. I'm going to read a little text that he sent to our private Facebook group of Friends in the Spirit 111. But Rob Simmons is a young gentleman in his early 20s. I met him. He's a Future Now Media and Entertainment Conference alum. And if you go back to some of my stories, or if you want to, comment to me or reply to me. But I met Rob during this conference, and it was just a God connection. It was synchronicity. It was a God wink. And he's directing at his worship at his church in his state. But let me read his things. Hey, Friends in the Spirit 111. A couple of months ago, I posted in here asking for prayers as I started my interview process to be the next live video director at Saddleback Church in California. You guys have all been super supportive, and I really appreciate all of your prayers. After a long couple of months of interviewing, I'm not done yet, but I did want to update you all. I am finally in the final stages of interviewing. I am actually flying out there tomorrow morning to spend a week in person with the team. And that was a few days ago. I'm super excited to finally be in person with the team this week and to participate in some of their shoots. There are still lots of interviews to go, and I have a long week ahead of me, so any prayers would be greatly appreciated. Thank you all again for being such a supportive group. You are all amazing. Well, Rob, you are amazing. He's a young 20-year-old kid, just graduated college. Saddlebrook Church, I don't know if you heard of it, but it's a huge mega church. And I can't think of the pastor right now, but I will. Rick, I see his face, but I can't think of it. But I will, once I figure it out, I'll put it down low over there. But huge church, and that pastor wrote books. The Purpose-Driven Life. The Purpose-Driven Life. Okay, I'm going to get a cup of coffee, a little sip, and maybe I'll think of his name. Rick Warren. I think that's his name. You see, folks, when I do these videos and these podcasts, it's not perfection. And I keep going. I don't edit. The only edits I do is I put the open, I do this, and I put the close, and then I add lower thirds. But I keep this going. This is real. So you see all the bumps and bruises and all the scrapes, and this is reality. This is my honesty. All right. So I read a prayer from Neil Donald Walsh, but I also get emails from his community, and this came out. And it was a long email, but I'm going to just read the first part because it touched me. And whenever anything comes to me via social media, websites, things that I'm reading, people that I meet, I like to put it together and share it with you. So I hope this helps you. Dear Eddie and Friends in the Spirit 111, people often tell me they are searching for something outside themselves, truth, love, a reason to believe, or that they are hoping to discover answers, new possibilities, or treasure of one kind or another. And while there's nothing wrong with seeking things you desire or finding them, I believe that life is not so much a process of discovery, but a process of creation. If you want more truth, share the truth you do have with others, and more truth will be drawn to you. If you want more love, give the love you have to everyone you meet, and more love will follow you wherever you go. If you want new possibilities in your life, create them. Step out of your comfort zone and try new things. Go new places. Be more adventurous. And don't forget to share those new possibilities with others in your life. This shift from searching to creating is one of the fundamental practices for living the best life you can, with all the options that are open to you every single day. Love, Neil Donald Walsh. And that kind of makes sense. And I've said that many times in a lot of my talks. You do good to others, and you don't do good so good comes to you, but it does. So when you want love, give love. When you want possibilities and new creative options, give them out to other people too. When you want hope, when you want truth, when you want happiness, share that stuff. Everything that you want, share it. Give it out. Give it away. When you want money, give money. Send me money. No, I'm only joking. But I did send out an email yesterday to 27 of you, dear friends in the Spirit 111, to offer you to get your videos and everything that you're doing and sharing on Starpreneurs TV. So anybody else out there who I did not send to, and you are a content creator and would like to expand and be on Roku TV and Amazon Fire Plus, I think it's called, shoot me a private message or a comment, and I will hook you up with the right people. Okay, this is from Science of Mind magazine. It's called Decisions. And remember, this talk is just breathe and be blessed. And so every single talk isn't going to be about breathing, right? But it's giving you little snippets of advice. And listen to these different readings, reflections, and then just breathe. Just stop and breathe. Accept them. Let them in. Absorb them. Breathe them out. By doing things, right? By being creative, by being loving, by being supportive. There's 2 quotes here I'm going to read. Don't search for the answers which could not be given to you now because you would not be able to live them. And the point is to live everything. Live the questions now. Perhaps then someday far in the future, you will gradually, without even noticing it, live your way to the answer. That was received from Rainier Maria Wilk. And from Ernest Holmes, we must climb over the rocks of unbelief, pass around the barriers of doubt, and plunge into the stream with faith. And if you're not a good swimmer, put on a life vest, please. Okay, so here's a couple paragraphs. Have you wondered what your next step should be, or sat in the middle of a difficult decision? Have you ever felt stuck in some way? Raise your hand. I have. You have probably heard the adage that any decision is better than no decision at all. Well, sometimes that is true and sometimes it is not. Okay, I like this. This is honesty. The best advice I have ever received when I was in the midst of tribulation and indecision was that I could just wait until I was clear about the decision. How comfortable are you waiting in that in-between place? How do you find peace in the midst of indecision? I have found that what I tell myself makes all the difference in the world. I stop the variety of scenarios running through my head and engage the wisdom within. I turn my attention to the presence of peace and love. I embrace and embody a sense that I am guided. And let me just put in my 2 cents. Stop, just breathe, and be blessed. The spiritual practice is to be at peace and walk in faith, especially in challenging situations. It is done unto us as we believe. What do you believe about your life right now? What are you saying to yourself about who you are and how your life is? If it is not what you really want, then I invite you to create a new vision. Our faith has the power to create miracles in our lives. Let us step forward in faith, knowing that infinite good awaits us as we abide in spirit, in friends in the spirit, in sharing with each other, praying for each other, helping each other out, thinking about each other, sending each other phone calls, texts, messages, helping each other out. I'm a mentor at Future Now Media Conference. Any of you media students out there, college and post-college grads, if you're looking for jobs, check out the Future Media and Entertainment Conference. I'm a mentor there. I've been involved in 4 years, and we're in the 5th year. And the affirmation, I am guided in all ways in my life, and my way is made easy. I am going to read from 3 Minutes a Day, Christopher Books. A new set of Beatitudes. Special Olympics is the world's largest sports organization for children and adults with intellectual and physical challenges. Its chairman, Tim Shriver, posted, Beatitudes for friends of people with disabilities on his social media feed. It reads, and quote, Blessed are you who take the time to listen to difficult speech. For you help me to know that if I persevere, I can be understood. Blessed are you who never bid me to hurry up. Take my tasks from me and do them for me. For I often need time rather than help. Blessed are you who stand beside me as I enter new and untried ventures, for my failures will be outweighed by the times I surprise myself and you. Blessed are you who asked for my help, for my greatest need is to be needed. Blessed are you who understand that it is difficult for me to put my thoughts into words. Blessed are you who, with a smile, encourage me to try once more. Blessed are you who never remind me that today I asked the same question 2 times. Blessed are you who respect me and love me as I am, and not like you wish I were. And from Psalm 139:14, I praise you for I am ... wonderfully made. And the prayer is, help me to love others the way you love me, Father. I read this a while ago, and then I read it again. But now reading it live with you, dear friends in the Spirit, it touched my heart so much more. And I know it was written about the Special Olympics. But all of us could take this lesson without being part of the Special Olympics or having special needs. All of us need a little bit more patience, a little bit more guidance, letting us make our own mistakes, loving us a little bit more unconditionally. So this touched my heart. So thank you, Tony Rossi and the Christophers. I am going to end with Ramadan. And we are friends in the Spirit 111. We are open to all spiritualities, all religions. I'm going to read our little description. We are an interactive community of believers of all faiths. I have it typed on the lower part of my computer, where acceptance and respect is fundamental to everything we do. God speaks to us in spirit and community where we all are one. Millions of Muslims around the world will likely mark the start of Ramadan on Monday, a month of intense prayer, dawn to dusk fasting, and nightly feasts. Hilal, the crescent, coincides with the astronomical new moon. Since the new moon marks the beginning of the new month, Muslims can usually safely estimate the beginning of Ramadan, but geographical differences can change when Ramadan begins. So that was this past Monday, right? So we're still in that week. Ramadan is a time of spiritual reflection, self-improvement, and heightened devotion and worship. Almost like Christians' Lent, right? Muslims are expected to put more effort into following the teachings of Islam. Ramadan is a time to detach from worldly pleasures and focus on one's prayers. Many Muslims dress more conservatively during Ramadan and spend more time at the mosque than at any time of the year. The fast is intended to bring the faith closer to God and to remind them of the suffering of those less fortunate. Muslims often donate to charities during the month and feed the hungry. So this is beautiful, and it's happening right now, and it's not my faith, but remember at the end I always say share your faith with family and friends. So I thought that was a beautiful thing. More prayer, more spiritual reflection, self-improvement, donating to charities, feeding the hungry. All good stuff, dear friends in the Spirit 111. So I hope you enjoyed this talk called Just Breathe. You are strong enough to handle your challenges, wise enough to find solution to your problems, and capable enough to do whatever needs to be done. Can I have an amen? Yes, you are capable. So dear friends in the Spirit 111, I hope you enjoyed this talk and your coffee. So like I always say, stay blessed and a blessing. Share your faith with family and friends, and cue the Spirit, and I will cue the music. Have a great week. God bless you.